So there is a lot of conversation in more spiritual business coaching spaces around this idea of vibration and energetics. And oftentimes there's this real glorification of high frequency states, expanded states, elevated states of consciousness. And this subtext that in order to create success or abundance or attract aligned clients, you always have to be in this like super high energy state. And I just want to like bust that myth here in this transmission, because it has not tracked with my experience. And the truth is, as a human being, I have really high days and low days and days where I just feel kind of like bleh. Like honestly, the last couple of days, I've just been feeling a little bit flat. And I noticed this part of my mind that has been very attached to this like elevated state of consciousness, because we just came off our Magnetic Live Challenge in the last few weeks. I've really been in this kind of like transmission, channeling energy, and this very elevated, expansive state of consciousness, and coming down off the back of that experience into more of like a grounded, almost like more intellectual consciousness. I can sense and feel the part of my mind that's wanting to hold on to that elevated state because it feels so good. And here's what I've learned about this over the years. I think the truth is, whenever you're trying to hold on to an elevated state, or really any state, it's like you've kind of temporarily forgotten who you really are. Because the ego, part of our mind that believes in separation, believes that we're these like meat suit bodies separate from the rest of the universe, that we don't have everything that we need, that the belief in lack, right? All of this is a part of the ego. And so the ego says, oh, there's something out there that I don't have that's separate from me right now in this moment, whether it's love or belonging or just a feeling of expansiveness or connectedness. And that's the part of our mind that tries to hold on. And so in these places, you notice, like oftentimes, and I notice this in myself, it's like when I'm not feeling as high, I notice that part of my mind that's trying to grip or trying to hold on to the elevated state based on a belief that it's not already here. And so the invitation for me in these moments, this is something that often comes up with clients as well, where it's like sometimes we have this belief that we constantly need to be in this like excited, expansive energy in order to like be successful in business. And I'm like, no, absolutely not. It's when you are feeling that, when that's there, beautiful. And when it's not there, the invitation is to come back into this awareness that there's nothing outside of you that can make you whole. And really all it is this like belief in lack or separation, this part of my mind that kicks in these moments that says, oh, there's something else outside me that if I had it, I would feel okay. And so coming back into that awareness of my unity with all there is, dropping that storyline is what it means to come back into an elevated state of consciousness. It's not through gripping or trying to get somewhere. And this is so subtle, and it's so important because, you know, the ego loves to use like spiritual practice and spiritual technologies in order to reinforce the belief in separation, that there's something outside of this moment that when you get it, or when you somehow like say the right mantras or, you know, just invoke the right things, you can somehow kind of pull yourself into this place where you're going to feel suddenly whole. And actually realizing that whenever you're in that striving, whenever you're in the chasing, it's just that invitation, oh yeah, I've temporarily misplaced my identity. I have this idea that it's outside of this moment, outside of right now. And coming back again and again and again, letting go of the storyline that there's something missing, letting go of the storyline that there's some state that is going to create completion, and coming back into the awareness that everything that I could ever possibly want is already here, that I already am whole, that I'm complete, that I'm lacking nothing. All my needs are met. That however I'm feeling in this moment is beautiful. Not to make that a problem, but to embrace it, to allow it, to be here, to accept it, and love it, regardless of what that state might be. That is the move, paradoxically, back into a higher state of consciousness. But it doesn't come through striving. It doesn't come through trying to get somewhere, but really just letting go of another layer, another story that's separating me from the ever-present abundance, wholeness that's already here. So, do you have to be quote-unquote high vibe all the time to be successful in business? No. Do you have to constantly be in an elevated state to attract aligned clients? No. Does it help to be neutral, to be in a peaceful, grounded, centered place? Yeah. And that is available in any moment. And even if we're not feeling it, to be able to just welcome and accept whatever is here right now. This has been a practice for me the last few days because I've been like, man, I've been feeling kind of low. And just allowing that to be there and welcoming that without making that mean that something is wrong, without trying to push for productivity, but really just relaxing into this moment. Through that, I'm able to come back into that feeling of peace and groundedness and presence that's always here, right now.